Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Well, it's Father's Day. Hopefully you are going to do something great and wonderful for your dad. If your dad is with us, by all means call him. If he's not, say a prayer and thank him for being your father. Yeah, all that wonderful stuff, right? My dad is no longer with us, so that's what I'll be doing. But celebrate the men in your life. Yeah, it's a good idea, right? You've heard me talk about my husband. I mean, I am not going to lie. I am blessed, right? I think we should all feel that way about our husbands. I am completely and totally blessed. He spoils me rotten in all the best ways, and I try to do the same with him. But anyway, that's just the day that it is, right? Okay, so I was looking at what am I going to work on. I know, I've got a lot of things, right? And I'll show you the progress of that mint green sweater. It's getting bigger, right? I'm working on it. But beyond that, what was I going to work on? Well, I was watching Erin from Crafting Kitty, and she's been calling me out lately, right? Like I have been influencing her. Oh, no. To purchase yarn. No. All I do is I show beautiful yarn. If you decide that you want to go buy said yarn, you go for it, right? But I am not influencing anybody to buy any yarn. Just, she was talking about it, and she got some of the fruits yarn from Premier website. And it is the same composition as this Yarn Bee Cozy Toes that I absolutely love so much, and it works up so well for gonna see the granddaughter a little bit later. I'm going to give her a new dress. It's going to be great. I cannot wait to see her in this. So I like the yarn like this, and I call them grow with me outfits, right? And she got some of the Premier fruits. Well, I resisted the sale that Hirschner's had. They were $2.99 for a 50-gram ball, and that's what this is a 50-gram ball. This dress, I was into the third ball. Okay, just kind of give you an idea of what you can do with that, with knitting, right? There you go. So she got a bunch of it, and I had resisted. When she opened it, she had that berry splash, I think is the name. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty. I was having some serious regrets, no doubt. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's not cool, right? And then she also commented down below that she may or may not have ordered from Arcane Fiber. Well, my husband has been spoiling me with Arcane Fiber Works. I mean, there is no doubt. Did I actually put it away? Did I really put my yarn away? Oh my gosh, I put it away? Wow, that's unusual. Anyway, he has been spoiling me just crazy with that. And I'm here for it. I'm just like, oh yeah, I will allow you to do that. So she's seen some of that, and she may or may not have something coming. I can't wait to see. Truthfully, I cannot wait to see, because I mean, all the colors are just absolutely gorgeous and fantastic. And it was funny because I went into the Arcane Fibers to get the screenshots for that particular video, right? So you could see what Golden Hour looked like, and you could see what Burning Desire looks like on his page. His inspiration photo, his gauge swatch, not really gauge swatch, but whatever. He knits up on the knitting machine, right? He knits up a swatch of the colors, so you can kind of get an idea of how the colors might react. Of course, we know your stitch makes a difference, right? We get that, but it's at least a sample. And I absolutely love that he does that. So I'm like, I'm pretty safe. My husband just got this. The Golden Hour is one of the new ones. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I'm pretty safe to go on the site. I was wrong. My heart skipped a beat. If you get a chance, go look at the color Wild Onion. My heart skipped a beat. If I feel like it, I'll go ahead and I'll put it in the video, right? But oh my gosh, that color. And surprise of surprise, he's like, oh, did you want this? And he's ready. He's got the keyboard. He's ready, right? I'm like, no, wait. I want to use some of the gorgeous stuff that you've given me, right? I would like to, at least wind up the Burning Desire that he got for the worsted weight to work on a hat, and kind of do some things along that line, right? I'd like to do something before he orders another one. I mean, I just got a package in, and surprise to me, I'm not sure what weight Tyler used to do the swatch, because he does dye it in 4 weights, right? He really does. Lori, Armchair Chef Lori, he does chunky. Just because I like fingering doesn't mean everyone does. So I'm not sure what weight he used, but I want that weight. It is stunning, because I don't think it was fingering that he used. I'm thinking maybe the DK weight, and I could do a DK weight sweater. Oh my gosh. I like his variegations, you know, the variegated yarn that he does. It's just so wonderful. Anyway, yeah, so that was kind of dangerous and everything. So, you know, I influenced Erin. Well, I also watch Erin for a lot of her stuff. I've been watching Erin for a long time. You know, so she does a creator spotlight every month. And if you weren't aware of that, go check her out. It's amazing. So this month it is Fiber Spider. I'm like, I'll play with Fiber Spider. I'll do that one. Yes. So if you make something with Fiber Spider stuff, right? You know, just like a pattern or something, one of the tutorials that he's done, kind of, if he has stitch patterns, then make something smaller or whatever with that stitch pattern, do something. And she's got, you have to go to her site, but I mean, she's got a Facebook page, and you can email to her, whatever, a picture of what you've made. Okay. And then she's got prizes, right? She makes something from each designer every month, and that is one of the prizes. That and different yarn things and stuff, right? She comes up with the prizes depending on how many things people submit. You can submit 3. You can do as many as you want, but you get 3 chances of winning a prize, right? So she limits that at 3. Hello, I mean, anything 1 is great, right? So she has Fiber Spider this month, and you don't have to, if you already had something that you did and you got a picture of it, you can, it doesn't have to be done right in this 30-day period. You can submit that. Just if she's done Fiber Spider before, use a different project, make a different project. Don't submit the same thing over and over, right? Come on, let's be fair. So she got me on this one. I decided I would play along. I have a stunning blanket that I made for Boggy Creek, Camp Boggy Creek. This is the Granny Square stained glass crocheted blanket, and I sent that off last year, and it was, I'm just totally name dropping today. Jan the Alaskan Crafter through last year, she had a challenge. You make a particular, she had like 4 or 5 different, I think, stained glass type patterns that she said, make one of these. One of them was Crystal from Bag a Day Crochet, her Prometheus, I think it's Prometheus pattern, right? I think that's what it starts with a P. But all these gorgeous, just the whole goal was super bright, stained glass window effect, just stunning, because her idea was she wanted enough blankets that would be in that stained glass style to fill an entire cabin for the children at Camp Boggy Creek. With her challenge, she got a lot more. And that is why I made that particular blanket and absolutely loved it. It was funny. So the blanket base, it's a big granny square. Hello, all for it, man. I'm telling you, you can fly through a granny square. And I made that using a size K crochet hook. Yeah, that's big. Okay, I used big twist yarn, which is just your value acrylic. You know, I get people watching from all over. Just a simple worsted weight value acrylic. Whatever you want to use that you like, that is available to you. Joanne fabric is available to me. I can get big twist, easy. That's what I use. So I use a size K crochet hook. Now, if I wasn't going to do some other treatments to it, I would have used a smaller hook. I really would have. It made it a very loose granny square, and it made it to where it can really stretch out of shape pretty well if you want to. Well, I wasn't worried about it, and here's the reason why. That mesh that's on there, that black for the stained glass, since I did it in that gorgeous hot pink and neon green. Where's my little guy? Where's my little guy? Did I lose my little guy? Where's my infant? He fell. Oh, I lost my Imkin. I had a neon, right? He's normally right there. I don't know. He's down there below. So I used those hot colors, and obviously going with that black around there. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. Well, I hit the deadline of Jan from Alaskan Crafter, her challenge that she had last year. I mean, I just hit the deadline to submit for that particular thing. And the reason being is the granny square went fast. It did, because it's a big granny square on a size K crochet hook. Hello, you can really pop that out. And it was exciting to see it growing and everything, and it got big. But then that mesh, I don't know why I wasn't thinking. I just, sometimes we get in our heads and we don't think. It's just the weirdest thing. So that mesh over top, that was like crocheting another entire just mesh blanket and like attaching them. That's really what it was. It was worth it. It took a while. It was so worth it. I felt so good having made that and being able to donate that. So yes, Erin, I get to play along because I have already sent that picture off. But, I didn't want to just leave it at that of, hey, I made this last year. I played. See, there you go. I wanted to just go ahead and play with that again and see what I could make. So I got some of my kitchen cottons that I have over here, and I got some of this. I've used this a bunch. Naco cotton. This is a 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, and it's a smaller weight. It's not like a worsted weight, right? I don't know. And then I got one of my worsted weight, I don't know what brand, it's downstairs. I use most of it, but just one of the worsted weight cottons, right? No big deal. So I made the granny square base, and then look at that. Isn't that cool? And I used the yellow because I already had that white right there. It does have like little speckles in it. You can see little speckles. It has a little green, little pink, little yellow and everything. And we know I like the bees and stuff. And hubby was talking about how we could use some more hot pads. Well, I get this is a cotton acrylic and you're like, yeah, we don't want to, it can melt. We're talking about on the table. We're not talking about, pulling straight off the stove or in the oven and throwing it on there. We just want to protect the table. So there you go. But I'm not going to lie, this feels great. This would be, as is, well, it is, a washcloth, dishcloth, whatever you want to use it for. I'm really happy with that. So you can see this, and then I just finished the edge with just a shell border thing. Finished it off, doesn't matter. Yeah. But look at the way that grid works. And what I really like, and I did that on blanket the exact same way, you look at both sides, right? They do have a very distinct, different look to them. So, okay, so that one's like a little bit lighter, and then this one is really, really bold. I mean, aren't those fantastic? And I was so thrilled with doing that. And then I decided I needed a pair of them. I don't know why I needed a pair. I needed a pair of them. So I made a pair. But typical, okay, these are still Fiber Story, right? And this is still this is definitely his pattern. His Granny Square stained glass Granny Square tutorial. I'll link that down below if you want to make it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I did this one, like I said, full Granny Square. And then I started another one, and look at this. What do you think? That is 100% completely reversible, right? It's the same, but different. And I'll tell you what I did. On this one, I started with that same Granny Square. I actually turned the rows on this one. This one, I think I just left it, typical and made a complete front side and back side of the Granny Square. But this one I turned, and it doesn't really matter, right? But I did. But for that lattice work, yeah, I changed it. So on this, for the lattice, you'll start up in like one of the corners right here, and you attach and you go this way, and then you go around the edge and then come back this way and go the edge to the next corner, right? And you do that all the way down, right? And you can definitely see it in that blanket that I showed, because I have pictures with that where it's not completely done. So you can definitely see those lines, how that worked. So I did that. And then you come back and everything, you cut your yarn, and you go back, and then you start on the other corner, right? And you just do the same thing. So that makes, you can see all my chain stitches, right, are on the front side. And then you can see all the carrying yarn from all the slip stitches on the back, or whatever side you want to call it. Because, man, I don't know which one I like better. I'm not going to lie. I think they're fantastic. Look at that. So on this one, what I did differently, I know I was so thrilled with me. I was like patting myself on the back. Look, I did something cool. So I thrill me. I'm gonna get a little closer. All right, so when I went around like that and everything, and normally you would come down and everything and come back this way. Well, I came down and then I turned it and then went here, right? And then came down and turned it and went right there, right? So that's what I did. I turned it and just did it on both sides, and I did the same thing on the other side. So look at that. So you have a more distinct diamond pattern with a light pattern in between, and no discernible difference from the front and the back. Isn't that cool? And then because I did it that way, I didn't do anything different from the edge. That was just getting from one area to the other. I thought that was good enough. I liked it. I weaved in all my ends, and I have two different but same, right? I mean, look at that. You can see the difference, right? How cool is that? So Erin got me to do this. I got her to buy yarn, evidently. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. If you buy yarn, that's on you. I show pretty. All I can say is I am showing pretty stuff. Not to say I haven't bought yarn from other people showing me pretty things. It's happened. It's definitely happened. There's definitely been pretty things that I've seen. I'm like, oh, I have to have it. It's just, yes, there you go. It's how that works. We share, right? We're in the crafting community. If you see something gorgeous and pretty, especially if it's on sale, I think it's your duty and obligation to share. I think that's how that works. So this was 100% due to Erin and joining in. And like I said, if you don't know her, I will have her link down below. Go check her out. I love the fact that she calls out a creator every month in a good way, in the best way possible. And it can be a newer creator or a massively established creator. I mean, she's done Crystal multiple times, Crystal Bag a Day Crochet, because it's been so requested, right? But I think she's trying to stick to that, maybe no more than twice, you know, for the big people like that in a year. But she is really doing that. And I think that is what this community is all about, is sharing each other, all the wonderful things that we can find out with each other. And I like her creative in her spotlights, because I've been introduced to content creators and people who put out tutorials and patterns that I had no idea of. And I was really happy. I'm not going to lie. I've made things from that and everything that I just, like I said, did not know without her spotlighting that. And they're big content creators, but you know what? So is the internet and so is the world. So just because you're big doesn't mean everybody knows who you are, you know, that type of a thing. So check her out if you're interested in doing something like this. I mean, come on, Fiber Spider has a lot more than just these, but if you're interested, you're making it anyway, you might as well join in. You never know. You could win. I don't know, right? And you might end up with something that she has hand crocheted from Fiber Spider. You could win that. Or maybe a combination, because I know when she does the projects, if she has like a little bit leftover yarn, she'll send the crocheted item with maybe the leftover ball or two of yarn or whatever that is, so you can make something that matches it depending on what she's done, or box of yarn or something. I don't know. I've never won, but that doesn't matter. It's fun to be there. And then she has a slideshow and she'll show the pictures of the things and everything and have your name next to it if you want your name next to it, or me, I'd have my channel name, but whatever. You know, something like that. So then you're like, hey, check this out. And especially if you're not a content creator, man, I tell you what, you want to save that video and everything and show your friends going, hey, look, my stuff's on YouTube. See, there you go. You got to look at it in all the angles. I'm just saying, you got to look at all the angles. She's doing a service, okay? She's doing a service. And this is my apologies for making her go out and buy stuff that maybe she didn't really want to buy. But I know she did. She really did. She got me back, though, on that Premier Fruits, because I'm telling you, I'm like regretting not getting it, and I don't need it. I'm good. I don't need it. But wow, she opened that Berry Blast, whatever it was. Holy cow. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, it's okay. Back away. It's okay. But yeah, so she completely influenced me to do these. I evidently influenced her to open up her pocketbook. I think I win. I don't know. Maybe she wins. She got me with that yarn. Anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and show you what I have, and I am still crafting. I am still doing stuff. I'm really, really happy with that, because that is the first thing I have finished this week. I am working on bigger projects, and bigger projects don't get done every week. They don't. But that's okay, because I am working on them, and true to form, like I said, I am working really, really hard at putting my phone down. I'm not there yet. My husband has, called me out a couple times, like, hey, put that down. What are you looking at? If I'm answering comments and stuff for YouTube, he won't say anything. If I'm doing anything with the channel, obviously nothing. But if he sees that I've started and I'm like in that doom scroll, he's helping me, which is good, because that's why I was able to get things done, because I put down my stupid phone, right? Yeah, so, wish me luck. Cheer me on in that endeavor, because yeah, it's addicting, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, not one bit. So cheer me on with that and everything. And if you have that issue, I hope you break it too, right? There you go. We can do it together. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.